Hello and welcome to Algebra 1, Chapter 6.3, and today we're discussing solving multi-step inequalities. So really it's putting 6.1 and 6.2 together. So let's just get started. If we have 13 minus 11d is greater than or equal to 79, how do we get d by itself? Okay, the first step is to subtract 13 from both sides. Don't forget that negative there. Negative 11d is greater than or equal to. We are not switching the inequality because we did not divide by negative. We just subtracted. So we get 66. But on our next step of divide by negative 11, that makes 1d. We are flipping our inequality to be less than or equal to negative 6. Now, depending on your direction, so you're done solving, but remember your directions might say to graph, in which case make sure your number line goes least to greatest. Close circle on negative 6, and we want the numbers that are less than negative 6, so arrow to the left. And then also remember your checks. Okay, still the same three cases. We're going to check a number that's less than negative 6, a number equal to negative 6, and a number greater than negative 6. So let's say that's negative 7. This is where you're really going to need to start showing some work on these checks. It's a negative. So we're going to have 13 plus 77. 90. Is 90 greater than or equal to 79? That's true. Okay. And then if we check negative 6, we're going to have 13 plus 66. Really watch your signs. Is 79 greater than or equal to 79? That's true. Okay. And the last one, if we check, for simplicity's sake, let's check 0. Because remember, you can check any number greater than negative 6. So we're going to have 13 minus 11 times 0. So that's going to be 13. Is 13 greater than or equal to 79? That is false. All right, so the two that worked were the less than and the equal to, and notice those are the two that match that inequality right there. All right, get w by itself. What do we do first? You need to move the 10 to the other side. Remember, you always get rid of your addition and subtraction before you get rid of your multiplication and division. So that's going to be 13 greater than or equal to negative 2w. Next step, divide by negative 2. This is going to be negative 13 halves is less than or equal to w. And if you want to flip it, to w is greater than or equal to negative 13 halves. And I think we've graphed and checked enough. You have those. Right now I just want to make sure you know how to solve them. But remember, always read your directions to see what it's asking you to do. All right, so let's try this. 43 is greater than negative 4y plus 11. What do we do first? Subtract 11 from both sides. 32 is greater than negative 4y. And next, divide by negative 4. Negative 8 is greater than y. Oop, what did I do? I did not flip my inequality. Negative 8 is less than y, or y is greater than negative 8. All right, so for this example, we're asked to do a few things. We're asked to define a variable, write an inequality, solve the problem, and then check our solution. So 4 times a number plus 12 is less than a number minus 3. And it's the same number on both sides because notice it doesn't say a different number. So if we define our variable, let's say x is a number. Okay, so how do we write this inequality then? 4 times a number plus 12 is less than a number minus 3. So you're going to get a point for writing that, and then we're going to solve it. So we're going to move x to the other side first. Remember, I would suggest you always move your variable first. Okay, and then we can move the 12. And finally divide by 3. X is less than -5. And when you get to a problem like this, it's really up to you as to whether you're going to have to flip the inequality or not. Since I moved the x first, I made a positive x, but if you had ended up having to subtract the 4x, you would have gotten a -3x, and when you divided, you'd have to have flipped your inequality. It does say to check, so just to kind of get that started, remember your 3 cases. You're going to check a number less than -5, a number equal to -5, and a number greater than -5. So let's say we check -6, -5, and -4. Remember, you are checking in the original inequality, which now has something on both sides, and you need to work this completely out. Is -12 less than -8? That's true. Okay, but I do expect to see all of your work. So -20 plus 12 less than -8. Hold on, I don't know how my 2 turned into a 3. Oh no, it's supposed to be a 3. This one over here turned into a 2. -3, so -9. Still true there. -8 less than -8. That is false. Okay, and then the last one, I kind of ran out of room, but you would need to do it. Okay, so what do we do when we have parentheses? In the case of 6c plus 3 times the quantity 2 minus c is greater than or equal to -2c plus 1, what is it that we do? We distribute. That's the perfect place to start. So we're going to have 6c plus 6 minus 3c. Really watch your signs. You're distributing a positive 3 greater than or equal to -2c plus 1. Next step, combine like terms. Always do that next. So we're going to have 3c plus 6 greater than or equal to -2c plus 1. Okay, I would suggest you move your c's next. Get them on the same side. 5c plus 6 greater than or equal to 1. Then move your constant. 5c is greater than or equal to -5. Divide by 5. C is greater than or equal to -1. And then again, if it asks you to graph or check, you know how to do that. All right, why don't you pause the video and make sure that you can work this one out. Okay, I got z is greater than or equal to -3. Since you only have one term on the right-hand side, it is probably better just to move your z's to that side. And then I divided by 6, and that was my answer. Okay, one more time, why don't you pause the video and make sure that you can solve these. Okay, I got h is less than 36. After distributing, I moved my h's to be on the same side, and do notice you're distributing a -3 there, so watch your signs. Move the h's to be on the same side, the constants to be on the other side, and that's what I got to. Okay, so like before with equations, sometimes we might end with an all real numbers or a no solution. And so remember, you can't say that until all the variables have canceled from the problem. So if all the variables have canceled and you are looking at a true statement, like 4 is greater than 3, the answer then would be all real numbers. Or if you are looking at a false statement, like 4 is less than 3, the answer is going to be no solution. But you can only say these if all your variables have canceled. So, We're going to solve this, because we don't know what type of problem this is going to be, so you're just going to start out, we're going to distribute. You're going to get negative 7s minus 28. Remember, you're distributing a negative there. Plus 11s greater than or equal to 8s minus 4s minus 2. All right, next step, combine like terms. I think we're looking at a 4s minus 28 greater than or equal to 4s minus 2. All right, this is why I always say move your variables first. If you move your variables first here, 4s's cancel, negative 28 greater than or equal to negative 2. Is that true or false? That is false, so this is no solution. Okay, let's take a look at another one. All right, so we're going to start out, if I see I have parentheses, I'm going to distribute. So we're doing 18, and we are distributing a negative 3, so it's minus 24c minus 12, watch your signs, greater than or equal to, and again I'm distributing a negative, negative 24c plus 6. Always, always, always combine like terms first. We're going to negative 24c plus 6, 18 minus 12 there. Okay, and even though you might look at it and you're like, I know what it's going to be, you have to get those c's to cancel. So if we add 24c to both sides, you're looking at 6 is greater than or equal to 6, and is that true? That is true because it's equal to. So in this case, it is all real numbers. All right, this is the last example for this lesson. Why don't you go ahead and pause the video and make sure that you can work it out. All right, I got 46 is less than or equal to negative 20, which is false, and so that is no solution. Okay, that's what I have for 6.3. Please let me know if you have any questions before school, after school, during advisor, or during class time. So have a great day.